One of my least favorite questions I get on a daily basis is, why do you like Sonic? This usually happens because the majority of my clothing, and usually I have to say something like, he's cool, he's fast. Yeah, I'm just terrible at explaining why I love this franchise. So I decided to script it into a much longer video, because as I've told a lot of people, if I truly wanted to explain why I like Sonic in detail, you're gonna have to give me some time. So, yeah, without further ado, this is why I like Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog is obviously not the only character in the franchise. There are over 100, so I'm gonna go over the notable ones. Tails is such a great character. He is the player too. He kinda serves as the younger brother of Sonic, and that's a great dynamic. Knuckles is so cool, one of my favorites. I think the movies treat him best. More on that later. As for Knuckles himself, he's just a buff dude who's a little naive. It's a very fun character to follow. Eggman, he's silly, he's threatening, he wants a modernized, corrupt future. He's such a great villain and such an amazing contrast to Sonic. Amy is probably the best female character in the franchise. She got her iconic hammer and is the source of shipping in this franchise. She's just a nice character overall. I don't really like how she was portrayed in like Sonic Heroes to Sonic Generations, but I do kind of like her meta-era personality, if I'm being honest. She's a lot more likable when she holds that iconic crush from Sonic like back. I don't know. I also like how she was portrayed in Frontiers, if I'm being honest. Metal Sonic is awesome. You know, he's like Sonic, but like the opposite of him at the same time. Whereas Sonic has so much life, Metal Sonic is just lifeless. That's just amazing. Shadow the Hedgehog, where do I begin? Adventure 2 is probably one of my favorite Sonic stories, if not my favorite Sonic story. He also has a gun and a motorbike, need I say more? Rouge the Bat. Let's just say this is one of the more influential characters in the franchise. Maybe not for good reasons, but I don't know, she's a spy, that's pretty cool. And that design. Moving on, how could I forget Big the Cat, what a Chad. Chaos, Tikal are cool, Silver's a bit overrated, you know what, so Shadow, let's be honest. Mighty and Ray are amazing characters, and I'd like to talk about them more in future. Sage is great for the character of Eggman, I love the Battle on Rouge, the Hooligans, Trip. These games are full of amazing characters, and if I haven't made myself obvious, my favorite part of any story is the characters. You could have the most amazing plot, but if your characters aren't written that well, it's not going to be good. I think characters are the best part of a story, and if you blunder the characters, you've blundered the whole story. Speaking of stories, I guess let's talk about that next. Sonic stories. Sure, they don't always hit, but the ones that hit really hard. Sonic 1's story is kind of simple and charming. Sonic wants to save his animal friends, also known as the Flickies from Dr. Robotnik. Every classic Sonic game would have a similar presentation, but with more. Sonic 2, or at least in the Origins version, it introduces Tails and shows him how he goes through his character arc. Same goes for Knuckles in Sonic 3. Sonic's CD story is so cool. It's like Sonic 1 stories, but there's just so much more with Amy needing to be saved, and also Sonic being introduced, and I don't know, it's just such a cool concept. Can't wait for its adaptation in Sonic Movie 4. Again, more on the movies later. Sonic Mania is a chase for the Phantom movie, another simple story. Sonic Superstars is Sonic 3, but 10 times more confusing. So, you know what, let's just get into the modern Sonic stories. Sonic Adventure, it's pretty damn cool. I can't lie. I love how everyone's plot is, can be all combined into one cohesive plot. It kind of reminds me of the first season of Thomas, so that's something I've already talked about, wink wink. Although it's heavily overshadowed by the sequel, Sonic Adventure 2, and what can I even say? Another shameless plug to my Sonic Adventure 2 video. I didn't actually plug it before, but I was supposed to. Anyway, yeah, watch my Sonic Adventure 2 video. No wonder it was adapted into Movie 3, and Movie 3 is my favorite Sonic story of all time. The movie's just something so special. And you know what? Yeah, I can talk about the movie now. It's just so good. The characters bounce off each other really well. It's just an amazing movie, and I would recommend anyone to the movie. Another story I want to mention is Black Knight, because Black Knight's so dang cool. It's very deep, and I don't know, Sonic with a sword, what can I say? Sonic Frontiers is what saved the meta era. It's fixed a lot of the characters, made an actual story out of it. Sure, again, a lot of these Sonic stories are stinkers. Look at Sonic Generations, which barely had a story, Sonic Colors, which is kinda mid, Forces also kinda mid, Lost World atrocious. Yeah, there was just that whole meta era. It wasn't that good. But you know what? When these Sonic stories hit, they really hit hard. I didn't even mention the story of Unleashed, which someone's gonna stab me for. But you know what? I haven't played Unleashed. But in hindsight, nor have I played Black Knight. Yeah, you know what? Just stab me at this point. Anyway, yeah. If you like Sonic stories, I do too. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm going so off script right now. Now let's talk about the one true reason I love Sonic. So I've made it quite clear that I have two favorite franchises I love equally. I might actually love the former more than the latter. That would be Thomas and Sonic, and I think a theme for both of these are they're both very calming to me. Sure, Sonic has more intense moments, and that's kind of why I lean more towards classic Sonic if I'm being honest. As the majority of you probably know, Mania is my favorite game of all time. Just running around these levels without care just feels so good. Exploring these levels, it just feels so rewarding too, the special stages, it's so great. And my second favorite game is Sonic CD. It's a bit of a hot take, but again, running around these levels and finding new stuff is just cool to me. Third favorite game, Generations. It's another thing that makes me calm. Why do you like Sonic? The first thing that comes to mind is gameplay, and it just feels so right. Before I forget, Sonic CD and Generations are interchangeable in my number 2 spot. Just gonna prevent as many angry comments as possible. Although, a comment would help the algorithm, I'm just saying. In all seriousness, I love Sonic's gameplay because it just feels so free. There's no correct way of playing a Sonic game. You go as fast as you want, or, don't. Maybe if you just want to explore the areas. I think Sonic Team understands this feeling too, which is why the open worlds and frontiers and Shadow Generations exist. The same feeling is presented there. Now, one more thing I have to talk about Sonic is the character himself, Sonic. Sonic is such a role model. I've explained it before, but I'm not exactly extroverted. But I'm not necessarily introverted either. I obviously like to talk, that's the reason I have a YouTube channel. But it's kind of hard to do sometimes. I can't really socialize easy. But Sonic's a character who is able to socialize easy, be extroverted and such, having lots of friends, and it's just so cool. I think Sonic is just cool, and I strive to be like that, even if it's hard for me. One of the stories I look to the most is Sonic Rush, because Blaze is a character I really resonate with, and just seeing how Sonic's affected her is just honestly kind of relatable. I don't know, it's just something that's inspiring, and that's great to have in a character. Sure, Sonic doesn't really have flaws, and I might prefer the movie version because of it, but you know what? For a main character of a franchise, it's definitely not the ordinary. It's definitely not the, flawed protagonist that needs to find his way, which I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. My actual favorite character is still Thomas, and yeah, that was his arc, but I don't know, it's just so unique. It's like a concept that I haven't seen a lot of other franchises try. And again, I see why they haven't tried it. But I don't know, there's something so inspiring about that. He's just someone who runs, fights, just listens to his heart and does what's right. I did not mean for that to rhyme, but that worked out unironically well. Anyhow, thank you for watching this video. I don't know why a four video series took this long to make. If you don't know, the Thomas video was back in 23, if I'm no, 24. It was definitely 24, and now it's 26. So yeah, almost 2 years. But granted, now that I've updated the first 2 videos, it shows that I started this video series in January, which is just not true. But you know what? Yeah, that's not bad for a video series. One of the first video series I'm actually completing besides the Sonic drawing video, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, happy 35th to Sonic, and I will see you next time.